Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Josh McFall.
Cindy Peters, I am your MLS president.
And I'm Rhonda Ricketts, your MLS director.
So, thanks for joining us on this very first of what we hope will be more live streams for the MLS.
We have these conversations all the time, guys. We're just bringing you in on the conversation.
Exactly. You know, we did a strategic plan for NAMLS back in the fall, and one of the things that many of you who participated in that survey told us was that you really saw a need for us to create more of a connection back to the MLS from all the subscribers of the MLS. And so Cindy, as president this year, has kind of taken this on as a project, and so you guys are a part kind of one of our first outreach opportunities.
Very first outreach.
For that with you. And so what we want to do today is we've got some content that we want to share with you, and we want to talk about a few things related to the MLS. We want to we're going to bring in a guest. Our local MLS industry rep, Chad Fincher, is going to be here to talk about a big announcement that the Zillow Group made a few days ago, that I think several of you have read the article and shared it on Facebook and all those kind of things. So, but the main thing is we need your feedback. This is a live stream, literally. We are as live as possible here.
Without you sitting in front of us.
There are literally biker kids that just rode by the window here. So we made a joke earlier.
Good Morning America.
Yeah, well, I prefer the Today Show.
Okay.
You know, we've got our own plaza.
We're all
here.
set,
right.
Yeah, and so we've got everything lined up that literally we just need poster board people standing outside.
That's not an invitation right now.
Yeah,
Wait
this
till
would
the
be
next
a
time.
great opportunity for any of you who want to do that with you. So we want to run through some things, but first we want you to know about that we launched a brand new update on the 15th, on Wednesday of this week, called the North Alabama MLS Update with that, and we kind of pride ourselves on the numbers. And we want to talk through some of that today, I think, and you know, kind of share with you some of the NAMLS by the numbers, I guess, and kind of jump right on into that. So hopefully you saw plastered at the top a whole lot of statistics that are going on. So Cindy and Rhonda, I mean, we had a really good January.
We did.
And so all 9 counties. So NAMLS has 9 counties.
Over 2,600 members.
Yeah, 2,600 realtors in the MLS together.
Yeah.
There's nothing to, I mean, that's huge, guys. And 6 associations, which are all of our regional partners, but we all make up the one MLS, which I think is just pretty incredible.
Yes.
With that. So you guys had a fantastic month with that. Cindy, I'll let you talk for a minute. You're in the business. So what do you think drove the numbers? Let's talk through some of the numbers.
Well, one of the things you guys probably saw right there on that first page of the stats was 746 homes sold. And that is through all of NAMLS. The other thing you probably noticed was inventory is down. We had 5,323 homes on the market compared to 6,071 homes in January of last year. That's a significant reduction. January and February, I saw it for myself personally in real estate, we're busier. We had great weather. We had buyers and sellers out there. Everybody's not waiting until the spring to put their home on the market. So I think you can share these stats with your clients and you can encourage them. The median sales price, the average sales price, they're still doing well. And what we saw across all of NAMLS was 99 days on market. That's the average.
We're finally under that 100 mark threshold.
We have been dying to get there.
We've been, yeah, exactly. So 2009 hit, and everybody's kind of, you know, been waiting for that number to hit. And finally, recently, we're there.
Yeah.
With that, Cindy, talk about what do you think is helping drive down that statistic there.
We've seen a lot of new growth from the companies in the area. I think there was a lot of uncertainty at the end of last year, but then starting in January, we were really surprised. Large contracts were awarded. Companies are hiring. They're bringing in qualified people, and people are excited to move here. You guys are spreading the word. Everybody wants to live in Huntsville again, and so we're seeing
all of North Alabama.
I was about to say. It's growing like crazy. So we've got Boeing bringing in new jobs, all kinds of stuff. You should really, you know, push that to your clients and sellers. It's time to get their homes on the market.
Absolutely.
And don't wait till March.
Yeah, and what I think is interesting, you know, these statistics kind of get shared all over the place. Of course, we produce these statistics. We're the gatherers of the data here, but Rhonda, talk about kind of when the process of how we go through pulling all these stats together and what happens in that process. How do we get these cool numbers?
It is a whirlwind of data. So without you guys, it's not possible. So when you see us posting on the announcement page to get your, sales in, we're actually waiting on you in order to publish these statistics, and we need as many as possible. So thank you for doing a great job and getting your reports into us. So because these reports aren't just local, we send them, like Josh said, to the Alabama Center for Real Estate. We are the source of the statistics.
I think that's something that you can all be proud of, for
Absolutely.
sure, that we're doing that with you. So Valley MLS has had kind of a big rush lately.
Big
on it.
campaign.
The board of directors in December voted to put some money behind a digital marketing campaign around that. Cindy, you want to talk about some of those numbers?
The board of directors approved it. We've gone television, we've gone digital, we've got a little bit of everything everywhere, really trying to get the Valley MLS product out there. We really need our clients and we need all of the public to use it. There is an app. Most people don't even realize this. Valley MLS has an app, and I think we have 16,000 people who have downloaded this app.
That's huge, guys. 16,000. The app just got an update, too.
It did get an update. So when you're in front of a home,
Let me zoom
Yeah,
in. Rhonda's going to
Rhonda's
show
got it
the
right
app
now.
here.
when you're in front of a home,
you
it
hold
can
it up a little
almost
bit?
get
Yeah.
to that exact same home. It tells you everything that's around you for sale right now. You can have common stats, you can have active and sold. You have everything right there for you. This is a really great product to have with your clients when you're out showing homes, because everybody has to ask about the one home you didn't have on your list.
Exactly.
And then the impressions that we've had from just the TV and the digital, we've had over 4 million impressions.
Yeah.
That's,
So hopefully you've seen the commercial.
we hope you have.
Yeah, on Facebook and on digital. We're also running that locally and on some cable outlets as well.
And you
Yeah,
can
the
look for
last
some,
time
go for it.
I'm sorry, the last I looked, we had over 19,000 views of that commercial.
That's fantastic.
On Facebook, so.
Fantastic.
19,000 guys. That's a lot of people watching Valley MLS.
So share that with your clients. It's your site, and you own it. It's your information, your data that you're driving, your consumers back to, not owned by a third party, but owned by you, the realtor. So it's a no-brainer in
Absolutely.
my mind to do that.
Absolutely.
So before our guest calls in, I'm gonna kind of prep this up. We got some other things we want to talk about when he's done, but he should be calling in any minute. So essentially, what happened before he gets on the phone? Earlier this week, there was a big announcement from Zillow. So what did Zillow Group announce?
So Zillow said that they are changing their procedure for manual entry. They are doing away with a manual entry for sale. It has to be coming soon.
Right.
That's their big announcement. They want to have the most accurate stuff, so they want the MLS to give the current stuff. So they're doing away with this for sale listing being manually inputted. It will now have to say coming soon. So we do have a couple questions for them in figuring out how this is going to work with manual entry versus our MLS providing, things like that. We want to just really hear from them and hear why they did it the way they did it and what they're thinking.
Yeah, I think one of the important things to note here is that Huntsville really led the charge. This was before I was here, but Ronnie, you want to talk about that maybe a little bit? I mean, syndication has been a topic that's pretty familiar to our board.
Right, and because there is a lot of traffic, and one of the things that we really looked at during that period of time is you guys own the data. And a lot of times when it was we had a previous third party that was pushing that data out, syndication, and it was actually, we lost control of it, over it. So once it left, it was showing up on sites that we found weren't very realtor friendly. So when we started really digging into that, then we started pulling back, and I use the term we because I feel like that we're all a team in this, but truly, we looked at that and said, we need to control that, not depend on a third party site to do that for us. So direct syndication, we did lead the charge in that. That was something that we were very proud of, because I think in the industry, now a lot of other MLSs and associations have taken what we've done, and I think that's what's created what Zillow is doing now and some of the other third parties.
Members know, all NAMLS, that the board's best interest for the data is of utmost importance,
Absolutely.
right? I mean,
Absolutely.
Cindy, we talk about that quite a bit at the MLS committee, and you're about to embark kind of on the first NAMLS board meeting next week of that. So
That's our
that's
call.
our cue.
That's
let me,
our
Let me
call.
answer the phone. So this is our guy. Hey, Chad.
Hey, Josh.
Hey.
Hey,
So
Chad.
you're live on the stream here. We're got some people watching. Thanks for joining us.
No problem. Let's do a sound check real quick. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Is it muffled? I have you on speaker, so I just want to make sure it was clear.
Yep, sounds good. Do we sound good to you?
Yeah, you sound great.
So,
That's
so guys, let me introduce just a second. So Chad Fincher is our MLS industry rep for the Zillow Group and represents our territory there for them. And Chad, anything you want to tell the viewers about kind of yourself, and then we can get kicked off with a conversation.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, so I'm Chad Fincher. I'm, as Josh mentioned, Director of MLS and Industry Relations for the Central Region of the U.S. for Zillow. I'm the liaison between our company and your MLS when issues or problems arise, or if concerns come up with the listing or with the problem on the site. I work with your MLS to get that resolved. Past history, I was a broker for 10 years, my career as a real estate broker, and then worked for an MLS. I was the director of the Mobile MLS for almost 3 years, and then joined Zillow about a year ago. So it's been not only, like I said, the Central, I cover, Alabama, most of the southeastern states, and live in Alabama, so lucky to have Huntsville is one of my close connections to work with. So it's been great, and the Huntsville MLS was one of our very first partners. We've always been so they took that kind of leap of faith to work with us, and it's been a great partnership on our end. And I hope it's been the same for the Huntsville MLS as well.
Well, thank you, Chad. Hey, it's Cindy. You guys made a big announcement this week about manual entry. What can you tell the people watching about that?
Yeah, so this is a great opportunity to share some big changes that are coming to Zillow in the very near future. We announced publicly this week that as of May the 1st, 2017, agents will no longer be able to go onto the Zillow or Trulia website and manually post listings. And right now, so the path for an agent to put listings on both those websites, the majority of our agents just post their listings in the MLS, and the MLS will automatically feed that listing to us. Some agents have chosen in the past to do a manual input or post, as I just mentioned, where they're going on to Zillow directly and manually posting that listing. Some background information. The main question would come up. Well, why are you taking this away? Why are you taking this choice or this resource away from agents? We always get the question, and the concern comes up when I'm out in the field meeting with MLSs and meeting with agents. The one complaint we always get is data quality. Why is your data not accurate? Why do you have incorrect information? Or why is the listing not current on your site? And the majority we have found through our research and looking at the data on our site, the majority of all the bad listings that are on the site come from a manually posted listing. And we know what happens. It's a typical situation where agents are very, very busy. Their time is very limited. And so when you get that listing, you do your due diligence, you get the listing, you get your photos, you upload MLS. If you're manually posting, you immediately get it posted to Zillow, because that's where the consumers are looking. You post it to any other sites you might also be using, and you move on. You focus on getting that house sold by marketing it, but then also you're doing your job by going to list another house, or writing that offer for that buyer. And sometimes you forget that listing's out there on our site, and you don't get a chance to go back and update the price that changes, or take it off the site once the listing is sold. So we've had a lot of problems related to that, and that was the decision we made as a company to really go after the goal of improving data quality, making sure the listing information is current and most accurate. And we know the one way to make that happen, and that is we receive the information directly from the MLS. And so the removal of the manual posted listings is not to hurt the agent, not to take an opportunity away from them. We actually want to make their life easier. That way, now they'll just have a direct connection with their MLS. So when they input that listing in the MLS, they'll never have to touch it again. It'll automatically post to Zillow and Trulia. So if you're an agent or your company has not set up that connection with your MLS, you just can reach out to Rhonda there at the MLS office, and she'll be happy to walk you through that process.
Right. So Cindy has a couple of questions for you. I'm going to remind everybody watching at home, you can comment live, and we can see those, and we can ask as many as we have time for on the call.
Great. Hey Chad, okay, talk to us about coming soon status and manual input. Are you still allowing that?
Yes, so we will allow coming soon to still be placed on the site. Now we only allow that if your MLS market rules allow that. Some markets, some MLSs do not have rules against coming soon. But if your MLS will allow coming soon, we will allow the premier agents to continue to input coming soon onto the site direct manually. There would still be a manual input from that. But then of course it would change once it turns to an active status. It comes to MLS. That coming soon listing would automatically drop off.
Okay, so that was my follow-up question is once the MLS listing goes in and it's live active for sale, it will overwrite a coming soon status with that same address?
It will. It'll recognize the address, and so that's why and sometimes we have had issues in the past where you'll have two properties listed the same address.
Right.
But the system has advanced over time where we can catch it. If it has the same address and two listings get posted on the same property, it flags it, and of course the MLS, if it's a coming soon, the system recognizes to trump it, so it's changing the status from a off our coming soon property to a for sale property posted by the MLS.
Gotcha.
And you're still allowing homeowners though to do for sale by owners, correct?
We are. So that's a great. I'm glad you mentioned that. So homeowners will still be allowed to post the for sale by owner listings on the site. We get that question a lot. As why do you allow for sale by owners? And and the reason for that is the consumers. The consumers really, what drives consumers to Zillow and to Trulia is the full. They get a full scope. They get a full picture of what's available. They like that, and they love that ability to from their smartphone or from their computer get to see the full picture of what properties are on the market. So that in the for sale by owner listings are a very small portion of all our listings. When you look at a market like Huntsville, we probably average about 8% of the total listings in the market on Zillow or for sale by owners, and we see that number steadily decreasing because what happens. And the seller gets very frustrated with the process. One, if you ever have a chance to kind of search through the site on Zillow, you'll see a lot of sellers, they want to post it, but they don't put a phone number or a good email address. And when they don't put a phone number, when you're looking at it on the site, it doesn't even, all it has is a blank spot that says seller, and there's no contact information at all listed. So they get very frustrated, and also they receive more calls from agents than actually do buyers.
Right.
And also too, just want to remind the agents real quick about the sell by owners. We really at Zillow, we try very hard, and I think we do a great job at those for sell by owners. When you look at them on the site, we're driving that buyer that's looking. We also also check the first. We have a buyer's agent box checked. So if the buyer just says, "Hey, I want more information," they're contacting a buyer's agent before they reach the seller. So we really are trying to make that connection, which that's really our number one goal is to connect that consumer to an agent.
Okay.
Thanks for the
Hey,
info.
quick question though, Chad. Okay, so why not just go away with the coming soon altogether? I mean, if we're going to do manual input of coming soon, because currently we don't syndicate our coming soon status.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm curious because that's still a manual entry. Why would what was you guys thinking on that?
Well, we know that coming soon is a feature in certain markets that it's a great tool that agents use, and these are agents again that are I guess are using that to market again, it's a marketing tool for them. And also we noticed too that the coming soon is a very small portion of again, going back to the total number of listings.
Okay.
It's not like the large percentage of manually posted listings that we have, coming through the site. It makes up a very, very small portion of that. So if you might have some wrong information in a coming soon, unfortunately, well, it's not going to stay on the site very long because most MLSs have a time frame that you're allowed to put to post the coming soon. And so when that active listing on the MLS hits, it's going to, if there's any incorrect information, it's going to update it, correct it, and be pulling straight from the MLS. So I guess for the reason why would be just we see that as a tool for agents that use that resource, and we didn't want to take that also away from them with this change.
Does Zillow have a time frame for how long they'll allow the status to remain coming soon?
That's, I think, usually just based on the MLS status. So what happens, I think every MLS is different. Now, we don't actually monitor that, but what happens, the MLS notice is something, maybe there's an agent using the coming soon outside the rules. All they have to do is contact us by email or support. We'll pull the listing immediately and abide by whatever rules the MLS has in place.
Great, that's great to hear. Did you have any?
No?
Anything else? Chad, thanks for being with us
We
today.
really appreciate it, Chad. Thanks for calling in.
Hey, no problem. If any agent has any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to Rhonda or myself. Be happy to help any way we can.
Thank you, Chad.
Thanks, Chad. So there you go, straight from Chad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing like going directly to the source. when you have-
Absolutely.
Right. I think it's kind of interesting about the coming soon answer, though.
So
What do you guys-
currently, so we don't syndicate coming soon status.
No.
No.
That's the whole reason we keep it local, we keep it so that we can really affect our market locally. So I was interesting to hear that you can still manually input that, but not a manually for sale listing.
Right.
So we need to kind of look at that, I guess, at the board level and see what,
Absolutely. I think we'd be curious to know kind of what people who just listen to that would say, I think.
And he said it's a very small portion of
Yeah.
our market.
Yeah,
I mean, very, very
so,
small.
In comparison, when you look at that kind
Right,
of
our
big
total
picture,
picture.
we feel like we talk about it a lot.
We do.
And if that's not really the big part of you guys' business, then.
Maybe the conversation changes.
Right, I think it does.
Yeah.
That was kind of that's my note. I've read the article already,
Absolutely.
and so, the first part I understood, but then that was a nugget that kind of was not touched on
Right.
really when you
Right.
made the announcement.
Well, one thing that's really, is really kicking off very well is our coming soon status.
Absolutely.
It's not been available but a couple of months, and I think it took a little while before agents started to use it because they weren't really sure exactly what the use was. So if you have any questions about that, how to use the coming soon, what the rules are surrounding that, give us a call. Me and Melissa and the MLS are happy to answer your questions and get you all the information you need, but it is getting used very, very much by the agents.
Right, I'd just be curious, kind of, as you watch this live stream, and if you're watching us live or if not, that
Recorded
you
later.
guys would comment, and that way we can
Let
kind of
us
follow.
know.
In my opinion, this conversation, begins here, and then we can then kind of have a bigger conversation.
As we said in the beginning, these are conversations that happen every day in this building. We're constantly trying to do what's best for the membership. So when you're watching this later on, give us a call, let us know, comment, so we can make this more relevant for them
I was gonna say, I
every
think
single
all of
day.
you know how to get us.
You can find me, I've
Yeah.
done the power search.
Yeah, exactly. So that's a great segue. It's like you had been doing TV before. So Power Search is kind of the tool of the month.
This
per se,
is,
for
so,
Cindy, right?
when
what
you,
is it?
when you read your MLS update, when you read it, you saw a big President's Corner.
When you read it.
And when you
read
read it, I want to make sure you guys opened it up. I want to challenge you to use the tools that we have already in place for you, okay? The first one is Power Search. This is a new product, what is it, about 6 months in it's been? It's in Paragon, it's on the home page, you're about to do a search, somebody just called you and said, I want to know about one of these addresses. The little white box at the very top of the screen, type in the address right there, 7518 Park Trace. Immediately the listing and the sale, because it's been in the system twice with 2 MLS numbers, pops up. You'll know the current one because you know the higher numbers are the current listing. Click right on it. Let's say you want to call me, but you can never remember if it's Cindy with an I, Cindy with a Y. You can type Cindy Peters. Anything with the word Peters in it, including a street, will pop up, but there's a whole section of type in the name, things like that. So that's my challenge this month. That was on your MLS President's Corner.
That's right. And I think the feed dropped just a little bit when you were talking about that, so not on purpose, I promise, the feed did come back, but if you missed any of that,
Power
it's a
surge.
great plug
Call me.
for the North Alabama MLS update, which is in your inbox the 15th of the month. Of
Absolutely.
that. So in the last couple of minutes, I feel like we need to run through and make some plugs. So
Sure.
Rhonda and her team are doing some amazing training
Absolutely.
opportunities, so I'll let Rhonda give that plug and then we're gonna wrap, so.
Yeah, guys, so watch the MLS update that comes out, also the Paragon page, because we are offering training. We have tons of resources in the MLS, and we want to make sure that you guys know how to use them all. They're there for you, and so please take advantage of the training that's offered. We've got Instanet coming up on February the 22nd, advanced stats with MLS charts, which all of these are found under the resources, by the way. We also have Paragon Client Connect 2, which is a awesome tool that was just recently released, and now it lets you have a website that you can connect with your client and interact with them. We have assistive training, which we just started that. It was a very good class. We launched it last month, and we had it was well attended. So we've got assistive training now. So send your assistants to us. We're happy to train them. And then last but not least, in March the 29th, we have a Paragon CMA class. The last time this class was offered here, which was about a month ago, we had, I believe, 50 that attended. It was
Fantastic.
a really good class. So
Yeah,
if
we're
you're
gonna do
not
it again.
taking advantage of these training classes, please do, because we're offering them.
We're gonna try as much as we
Yeah.
can to live stream these. If you saw the CC2 class on Tuesday, it was live streamed. We were gonna work out the bugs, folks. It was literally the first one. This is our first one of these.
Yeah.
It can only get better.
Absolutely.
From
And
here.
look for more realtor to realtor training.
Absolutely.
We're going to be breaking that
If
out
you can
this year.
train, we need you.
If
Tell
you
them
know,
about
yeah.
YouTube page.
Oh, we're
Yeah,
YouTube.
we launched a YouTube page where all this content is going to be curated
It's
on
gonna be safe.
YouTube, so we're going to be pushing that out. A question came in real quick before we wrap about where to find the coming soon policy.
If you go under the rules tab in Paragon, we have the MLS policy manual listed there, and you can find it listed there, or you can email MLS support and we'll send you a copy of it.
Final thoughts, y'all?
Thank you guys, we can't do it without you.
Absolutely.
We
Thank you.
appreciate it.
Please share this. If you have friends and realtors who didn't get to see this, it's not because we want them to see our
No.
faces. We feel like this is information that would be
Yeah.
beneficial for everybody, and we all get better together.
Right.
You know, and there's power in that. You know, our kind of tagline on the newsletter, which I plugged again in the North Alabama MLS update, the
Yeah.
15th of every month in your inbox. 9 counties, 6 associations, and 1 MLS. There's real power in that, and so don't forget that. We're really good.
We really love our
I
numbers
feel like
here.
there's a hashtag there somewhere that we're going to
Yeah,
work
We're
out.
working on the hashtag.
Have a good weekend, y'all, and we'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks.